Yo, what is up, my kings and queens? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be taking you through how to stay focused when no one believes in you. For those of you who are new, I am YK Maharaj. I teach discipline and self-improvement to the young boys and young girls of today to teach them how to be disciplined, strong individuals in the world today, because quite frankly, we find ourselves in a world where there are a lot of distractions. So let's get into the video. Enjoy. The first point I have for you: mindset is everything. Now, the title of this video is how to stay focused when no one believes in you. That's why this is my first point, because mindset is the most important key factor of staying focused when no one believes in you. Because if you have everyone else who's doubting you, who do you truly have that believes you're going to make it? Right? So if you don't, no one's going to come and do it for you. That's why my first point here is mindset is everything. The second thing about mindset is what you think about daily matters. What you keep your mind on, what thoughts you constantly have matter, because the thoughts you have directly correlates to the future you're going to bring towards yourself, right? It has something to do with affirmations and believing, right? Whatever you tell yourself and believe on a daily basis is what's going to happen in your life. So, for example, right now, if you find yourself unable to save and constantly not having money, that happened because of what's going on in here and what you truly believe to yourself, right? The second thing you need, aside from what you keep your thoughts on daily, you need to have genuine belief that you will succeed. And what I'm talking about, this type of belief needs to be almost delusional, literally. I mean, look at all the people who made it. They were delusional. Look at Kobe Bryant, look at Ronaldo. A ton of these people who made it had to be delusional. They had to believe it, that they're going to make it before anything truly really happened for them. Anything of significance happened for them. So, to summarize about mindset, the two most important things: what you keep your mind on daily matters, because it tells you where you're going to go, and it's what you keep your mind on shows you, one, what you value, and two, what you truly believe and where you're going. And the second thing is you need to genuinely believe that you will make it no matter what. There's a couple of quotes I left here for you. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So when no one believes in you, when everyone tells you, haha, look at this kid, look at this guy, look at this girl, they want to try to do this, they're doing this, they think they're going to be able to do this, fuck them. Don't worry about them, because you may not be the best in it. You may not even be great at it yet. You may not be good. But the more you do it, the better you're going to get. And the more you put in, the more you get out. Which is why I put this quote: for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Because ever since I started living by that, I expect results now. So let me give you an example. Let's take going to the gym. If you go to the gym 1 hour a day, 6 days a week, you're making progress, right? People are going to laugh at you. People aren't going to be seeing your muscles straight away. Maybe not even in 3 months, they're not going to be able to see it. But the point is that consistency, day after day, compiled over weeks, over months, over years, people will truly see that, will start to see the results. Why? Because for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The same thing applies. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out. So when people didn't believe in me, there's still people that don't believe in me, I'm quite sure. When I first started my content, when I started creating YouTube videos, I said, fuck them. Why? Because one, my mindset is here. Right? Two, I'm delusional. I genuinely believe I will die with the Koenigsegg, or I'll get rich. I genuinely believe I'll get rich or die trying. Literally, no other way, because that's who I am. That's the life I want for myself. Right? So for me to have that amount of genuine delusion means I truly believe I'm going to get there. To call it delusional or not, but when I get there, y'all gonna be seeing, like, especially not y'all specifically, like the people that don't believe in me, they're going to be seeing, like, look, oh shit, this man really pulled off what he said he was going to do. You understand? So my point here is, when there's no one there that believes in you, when everyone's looking down upon you, when no one has faith in you, remind yourself that your mindset matters. You need to be delusional. Genuine belief you'll succeed. And for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So that means for everything you put in, you will get something out. You will. It's just like the gym. Those hours you put, you are going to get something out. It's just, even me, like with my YouTube, the hours I'm putting in now, I'm going to get something out of it. Why? Because for every action, there is an equal and opposite, excuse me, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Sorry about that. The next quote I have for you: hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. I'm sure many of you have heard this before, but it's the truth. Hard work will outperform talent on any given day, simply because talent isn't working hard. Now, what does that mean? Let's say you want to start a business. Let's say you want to start YouTube. Let's say someone has the exact same YouTube channel as me, right? But now they are more talented than me at recording their videos. They're more talented than me in editing their videos. They have a better setup for the YouTube channel, etc., etc. They have more supporters even. You could say that person's fairly talented, right? But because this guy's talented and he knows he has the capabilities, he gets complacent and he doesn't try as hard. So me, as the underdog, have to work hard to earn every single bit of it. I have to go and sit down and learn how to sit down and talk to an audience. I have to go and learn how to entertain my audience. I have to go and learn how to edit my videos in the best way that is applicable for my YouTube channel. I have to go learn how to set up my own YouTube channel. Now, because this guy's talented, he might not work as hard as me. Let's say he might go post one YouTube video a week. He might post for his shorts. Maybe he works as hard as me, right? Maybe he'll post one short a day. Maybe he'll be inconsistent, right? My point is, I will definitely surpass that guy. Why? Not simply because I'm better than him. He's literally better than me. That's what I said. He records the content better than me. He edits better than me. His YouTube setup page is set up better than me. But because I work harder than him, I am going to beat him. Why? Because hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. The next point I have here, and this is my second point, you need to develop good habits. Now, what type of good habits? Well, they could be meditation, they could be journaling, they could be cold showers, it could be 2 liters of water a day, it could be prayer, it could be tracking your day. Now, why do I say you need to develop good habits? I'm obviously not saying it for no reason. You need to develop good habits because good habits make it easier to stay locked in. How do they make it easier to stay locked in? Right, let's get to that. Let's say you wake up, you have no structure for your morning. You grab your phone. If you're a creator, you might go check your YouTube studios, check if you got any subscribers. You go check your analytics on IG. You go check your TikTok analytics. Even if you're not a creator, you might just wake up and start scrolling. Maybe you're responding to messages, Then now you've got no structure to your day. You feel worse. You're like, okay, let me go sit outside and smoke first, That there is giving into comfort since the moment you woke up. The reason I say good habits make it easier to lock in is because good habits strengthen your mental will. For example, when I wake up, the first thing I do is sit back up straight and I meditate. I may meditate for 10, 20, 30 seconds. It doesn't matter as long as I sit up and meditate. Why do I do this? Well, one, because no one wakes up every morning feeling like meditating, so it's a good mental builder. Two, because I genuinely feel happier because of it. Meditation really does have benefits with it. If you guys don't know how to meditate, by the way, leave it in the comments. If you want me to create a video on meditation alone, go leave it in the comments. I'll help you guys out. Don't worry about it. So the reason I'm saying you need these good habits and that good habits make it easier to stay locked in. Let me give you an example. So I wake up, I meditate. From there, I'll go and shower. But now, I don't just shower. You know when everyone opens the hot water tap and then they stand outside waiting for the water to get hot? I stand in that water. And that's cold water. So for me, I have on my checklist every morning a cold shower every morning, right? As you can see here, a cold shower every morning, right? The reason I have that is because, and now I'm not having a shower cold the whole time. Nah, I'm literally doing what you guys do. I'm just standing in the water. So now I open the hot water, but obviously the water's not hot. So while the water's getting hot, I'm standing there in that freezing cold water. Why do I do this? Why do people take cold showers? Because of the mental resilience you build from it. It strengthens your mentality. And this is why I do it every single morning, or almost every single morning. Look, today is the 17th of November. I should actually take it off for today. Today is the 17th of November. And up until today, I only missed one day of cold showers, and that was the second. Look, there's it there. That was the second. Here's the ticks every other day. Right? Because these things strengthen your mentality. Today was a freezing cold day when I woke up. I did not want to go and do that cold shower, but I knew I'll just be under that water for 10, maybe 20 seconds, and boom, back to warm water. So good habits make it easier to stay locked in because they strengthen your mental resilience. And another thing, let's take, okay, meditation. First of all, that's good for you because it helps you with better decision making. It helps you stay locked in, and it genuinely makes you a happier person because of it. So would praying, so would cold showers, so would journaling, so would tracking your day. If you guys haven't seen, if you guys don't know how to go get into detail about these things, go check out the YouTube video that I posted. If you're inconsistent, choose this video. It's on my YouTube channel. Enjoy it. I go into more details there about the habits and the habit tracker. Now, the next points I have for how to stay focused when no one believes in you. And this is my second last one. There's going to be doubters. Whether that's your parents, whether that's your family, whether that's your friends, it doesn't matter. I promise you, there will always be doubters. No one will ever truly believe that you could pull it off. Never. Even till this day, I still have doubters. But it is up to you to keep your focus. What I'm expecting from you is that you need tunnel vision, right? You need to have a tunnel vision like this, where you can't see anything except the end goal that you have in mind, where you're trying to go, what you're trying to achieve. Because that is the way you're going to stay focused. Because when people doubt you, it is going to take a toll on you. It is going to make you feel like shit. It's going to demotivate you. It's going to make you feel like, is this even worth pursuing? But if you truly believe in yourself, I'm talking about that delusion type of belief. If you truly believe in yourself and just stay focused on the process, the steps you need to take, and what you're trying to achieve, nothing can come in your way. Absolutely nothing. There's one more thing I want you to understand. When your loved ones doubt you, let's say it's because you're starting your own business, whether that's SMMA, copywriting, etc., drop shipping, whatever it is, or maybe you're doing YouTube. Maybe you're becoming a content creator. Maybe you're creating gym content. Maybe you're trying to be a fitness coach online for people, right? Understand that the reason your loved ones don't agree with you is because they grew up in a different time. And when I say loved ones, I don't mean people that are your friends and around similar ages. I'm talking about parents and family, older family. Understand that they grew up in a different time. When they grew up, it wasn't as easy for them to go get as rich as we're trying to get now, right? So you have to understand, they grew up in a different time. That also means that their advice is going to be outdated. So everyone nowadays, especially the adults, even they tell me the same thing, by the way. They're going to tell you, you need to finish school, you need to get good marks, you need to go get a degree, you need to get a good education, and then you need to go get a good job that you need to work on getting promotions over the years. That is absolutely nothing near what I'm trying to do. Don't get me wrong. I still have to go to university because of my parents, but that is absolutely nowhere near anything I'm trying to do. In fact, I'm trying to be independent by the time I finish university. Everyone keeps wondering to me, how am I going to get a job after uni? How am I going to get a job after uni? By the way, they act as if I already don't have 5 years. Well, by the time I finish uni, I'm going to have 5 years of part-time experience, right? They act like, one, I don't have that experience, and two, how am I going to get a job? Because, that's the biggest problem in the world. Well, you know what I'm worried about? You know what my biggest question is? How am I going to make sure that by the end of university, I am independent enough to not need a job? That is what I want. I want to be able to move out and go and live my life without having to get a job. And I'm hoping that simply YouTube alone can take care of that. But you know what? Only time will tell. So my point about understanding that your loved ones grew up in a different time is that things were different for them. They found things differently. Back when they were young, yes, the right way for them to do things back then, 50 years ago, would be go finish school, go get a degree, go buy a house, settle down, have your family, and pay off your mortgage and your house. That was an ideal life 50 years ago, or 30 to 50 years ago. But the world we live in now, there are millionaires my age, 18. They are millionaires at 18 right now. And your loved ones are going to tell you that you can't do it. What? If they can do it, why can't you? You understand? That's my mentality. I have absolute delusion that I am going to achieve my goals. And if I do not achieve my goals, I will die trying to achieve my goals, because that's who I am. I am not going to give up on the dream I've had. Ever since I was 7 years old, people used to ask me what I wanted to be growing up. And I used to say a businessman. A businessman. That's what I wanted to be growing up. Every single time they asked me. I mean, of course, everyone had the doctor phase and vet or whatever. But one thing I never let go of at the back of my mind was becoming a businessman. So I'm getting distracted. When I say understand your loved ones grew up in a different time, I mean that when they are going to be giving you advice, they are going to be telling you to be doing all these other things that doesn't make sense with the way you're trying to go. Understand that the advice is outdated. They are telling you based on what they know for how they should have lived their life 50 years ago, 30 to 50 years ago. So please look at that and understand that. I'm not saying disrespect them and disrespect their wishes. Like, even me, I have to go to university, right? It's all right. And at the end of the day, it's not going to hurt me to have it to my name. You understand? The only thing I could say is that it's going to be wasting 3 years of my life. But you know what? Who is really hustling and grinding as hard as me from 18 to 21 anyways? No one. So those 3 years, I'm just going to use as an advantage to use the time I have then to work on all my stuff. So that hopefully by the end of university, I'm independent enough to leave. Well, yeah, independent enough to not need a job. To not, yeah, basically that. All right, guys, I have one last thing to leave you with. And I think this is the most important thing. And it touches on being delusional. You need to have absolute blind faith. If you do not have absolute blind faith, there is no way you're going to make it, because you then don't truly believe yourself that you're going to make it. You need to have absolute blind faith, whether it's in God, whether it's in yourself, whether it's in YouTube. You have to have absolute blind faith that you are going to get what you want. There is no other way. This type of delusion, call it delusional, other people call it delusional, but it's only delusional till you have it, right? This type of mentality is what's going to help you stay focused, especially when no one believes in you. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button and the subscribe button, by the way, because I truly am here exposing myself for you guys, for the benefit of you guys, and I'm here to help you guys, right? If you haven't already, please make sure to go check out my Instagram and TikTok. I'll put the handle up here, but also first link in the description. Also, if you know someone who's trying to pursue something, but they're facing difficulties and they have a lot of people hating on them and bringing them down, please send them this video. This video will really, really, truly help them. As always, guys, I'm watching for you and I'm rooting from afar. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.